You're going to want to watch this video because it shows you exactly what happens in your body and your blood when your emotions change. And very importantly, it shows you how you can shift your emotions almost instantly using EFT. This video is dedicated to Gary Craig, who created EFT, and Dr. Carrington, who brought us the choices method. Oh yes, you will notice in the video I look way different even though I made this video in 2005. I hadn't yet discovered how to use EFT to enhance my appearance, to help me be a lot slimmer. Stay to the very end so that you can see the biggest surprise of all. What happens when you invite divine light into your body, into your bloodstream? Wouldn't you like to know? Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Marina, an energy therapy practitioner, and it's my intention to demonstrate the power of thoughts and emotions on live blood cells. I will also be demonstrating some easy-to-learn energy therapy techniques that will assist in bringing these thoughts and patterns, emotions to the surface for the purpose of release. Assisting me in my quest is Dr. Patricia Felici.
Hello, my name is Patricia Felici, and I'm a doctor of alternative medicine as well as a doctor of clinical nutrition. I work with clients to assist them in their own personal journey towards optimal health. To educate my clients, I teach them what healthy live blood should look like, and then I allow them to see their own live blood. As the patient begins to get healthier spiritually, emotionally, and physically, they can see these changes in their health on a cellular level. It's important that we start out looking at Rebecca's blood as it looks right now. So we're going to start out getting a blood sample from her finger, and then we're going to take a look at it under the dark field microscope. Ready for a little stick? One little drop is all we need. We want to see white blood cells that are vibrant and active, as we see here. And okay, so, as I've been looking around, the blood looks fairly normal, and until I start scanning way out here to the edges of this. When I look at the whole sample, the whole slide, let me show you what I'm referring to. I see quite a bit of Rouleau, which is a clumping of red blood cells, which we don't want to see. Since they transfer oxygen from the surface of the cell, if there's a lot of clumping or a Rouleau like this, you will have less oxygen transfer. So as we continue to scan and look around, we do see quite a bit of clumped red blood cells. Considering that there is quite a bit of Rouleau in Rebecca's blood sample, she's going to go ahead and try some energy therapy now to see if she can reverse this situation.
So now I'd like to show how I can use Emotional Freedom Technique, EFT, to correct the problem of my Rouleau blood or clumped up blood. Emotional Freedom Technique was created by Gary Craig, a Stanford engineer, and it consists of touching certain acupressure points while focusing on the problem. The problem now is that my blood is very clumped up, and I'm feeling a little tired. Because of the clumping up, my body cannot get sufficient oxygen. To explain a little bit about EFT, it consists of touching, tapping, or rubbing certain acupressure points. Beginning with the spots here on the chest, you rub in a firm motion, and then you go to the very top of the head, the beginning of the eyebrow, side of the eye, underneath the nose, underneath the lip, here on your collarbone, underneath the arm, and underneath the breast area. First, you state what the problem is. The problem is my blood is clumped up. And then you go on to put in a positive choice.
Quick interrupt. In 2005, when I made this video, we still used the sore chest spot for self-sabotage. Since then, Gary has gone to using the side of the hand for self-sabotage. They both work. Back to the video.
Even though I have this clumped up blood, I love and accept myself. Even though my blood is sticking all together, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I may have eaten something that caused my blood to stick together, I love and accept myself. My blood is sticking together. My blood is all clumped up. My blood's a big mess. Now we have addressed the negative, so I want to introduce a positive choice, a method that was introduced by Dr. Patricia Carrington to tap into my energy system. What I want, instead of having clumped up blood, I want my blood to be free. Now, Dr. Felici says to help in that process, I need to ask my blood to release any lectin, absorb mineral, and become electrostatically charged, and that allows it to be filled with oxygen. Here we go with the positive choice. Even though my blood is clumped up, I ask and allow my blood to release lectin, absorb mineral, and become electrostatically charged. I ask my blood to be happy and free, and when the blood cells beat, to pump off each other like little bumper cars. Even though my blood is completely clumped up, I forgive myself for anything I had to do with it. I ask it to release lectin, absorb minerals, and become electrostatically charged. Become happy and free. Be filled with oxygen. Be filled with oxygen. Release lectin. Absorb minerals. Become electrostatically charged. Be happy and free. Absorb minerals. Release lectins. Become happy and free. Me tingle all over. Now we'll take a new sample and see how my blood is feeling. I do indeed feel very energized at this moment.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
red blood cells sure are energized, bouncing off each other, flowing very freely through the blood.
They're bouncing way better than when I took the first sample.
That right there is a beautiful blood picture. A white blood cell right there in the middle. Active, healthy white blood cell, nice, healthy red blood cells flowing very freely, bouncing off each other. No Rouleau at all. Okay, so after looking at Rebecca's blood the second time, I have to say I'm surprised as a practitioner myself to see such dramatic change with the EFT therapy, because normally if a patient were to come see me and have that sort of a Rouleau picture, I would be recommending a change in diet. I would recommend mineral supplementation, probably digestive enzymes, and several things that I would want the patient to do over maybe 2 or 3 months before I'd look at the blood again and expect to see those kind of changes. So I'm just as surprised as can be to see this kind of a reaction. And what I'd like to do next is allow Rebecca to do some other type of experiments and see what we see next.
Now I'm going to demonstrate how you can use this powerful energy therapy, emotional freedom technique, to bring to the surface emotions that you would like to release. The first emotion I'm going to bring to the surface, sadness. I begin by acknowledging the sadness. I begin by circling the sore chest spot. Even though I'm feeling okay now, I'm asking and allowing all the sadness in my cells that needs to be brought to the surface to come into physical manifestation. Even though I was feeling okay, I'm asking and allowing even the ancestral memories of sadness to come into my body, into my blood. Even though I was feeling okay, I'm purposely asking the energy of sadness to be brought to the surface for the purpose of releasing. I'm allowing sadness. I'm allowing sad cellular memories to be brought forth. I'm allowing sadness. I feel so sad. I'm allowing sad to be brought forth from my cellular memories, from ancestral memories. All the sad things that have not been released yet, I'm asking to be brought into my awareness. I am sad. Now I'll allow Patty to take a sample of my blood. You'll note the blood cells are moving a little rapidly, not too much, but a lot of them begin to take on that teardrop formation. You'll notice many of the blood cells take on a teardrop formation, much more than has been in any sample. I haven't seen before how they sort of chain together.
Something that we call protein link. It's when lemon-shaped or teardrop shapes all stick together. Thought to be due to the breakdown protein. Before your blood.
Now that I have brought to the surface many sad cellular memories, the purpose of doing this is to release them, not to leave me in this sad condition, because I really do feel a deep sadness in my being. And so now I will use EFT to call forth the opposite emotion in the effort to release this sadness that I'm allowed to be. So I will do EFT using the emotion of happiness, beginning at the sore chest spot. Even though I allowed sad memories to come to me, I'm now willing and happy to release those sad memories and invite and allow all the happy memories in my cells to come forth, for even my blood to be happy and free. I'm inviting, embracing the energy of happiness to come into my body, to come into my blood, fill me with light. I'm embracing happiness. I'm happy and joyful. I'm happy and free. It is so much better to be happy. I'm facing all that sadness. I'm so happy. I'm tingling all over. I am so happy. I enjoy and embrace and love the energy of happiness. Even my blood is happy and free. I am releasing sadness and embracing happiness and healing the sadness in me with happiness. I'm embracing happiness. I'm happy and joyful. I'm happy and joyful and free. Even blood cells are happy and joyful and free. It's so good to be happy. And I really do feel much better. And that was going in just a few moments. Now we'll check my blood and see if blood got happy. And that's a perfect blood sample. And you'll note the so calm, was barely moving at all, which is something I find very interesting to know that when you're sad, the blood is moving more rapidly. In the state of happiness, your blood has no need to defend itself. So it's calm and perfect, flow whatsoever. And a lot more white sparkle material in the background. Your blood cells. Well, I certainly do feel a whole lot better now that I invited the energy of happiness to come forth and release all that sad energy. And I did it within 5 minutes using EFT. So the next experiment I would like to do is I'm going to use EFT to enhance whatever emotion I'm demonstrating. So I'm going to enhance the emotion of fear. I don't really love doing this, but I'm going to call forth any fear maybe in my cellular memory to come to the surface. And then with EFT, I'm going to release that. Now, you've just seen how my blood looks happy. So I'm going to allow myself to go from happiness, fearfulness, using EFT to bring up those emotions. So we begin, as always, at the sore chest. Even though I'm feeling really happy and I really like that, I'm allowing the energy of fear, fright, thoughts to come forth and manifest in my blood in physical form. Even though I was feeling happy, I'm calling up cellular memories of fear, ancestral, scary memories, fearful times when I was almost killed or threatened or hurt. I'm allowing cellular memories to be in my body of times when I'm allowing the energy of fear to be manifest in my body and in my blood. I'm allowing the energy of fear. I'm allowing myself to be fearful. I'm allowing fear. I'm bringing up fear for the purpose of releasing it. Fearful. I'm scared. I really am scared. I'm remembering times when I felt very frightened, and I'm doing it for the purpose of releasing. You notice that the blood cells are wrapped and me to want to cling together a lot more when would they were perfect, beautiful blood cells. So taking that Teardrop formation again and beginning to slow down quite rapidly, coming to a standstill, almost, which leads me to ask, is it the adrenaline that surges and then the fight or flight response stops? So I allowed myself to become very, very fearful, bringing up old cellular memories of fear for the purpose of relief. And so now I'm going to release with the most powerful emotion that I can think of, and that is the emotion of love. And so I will begin with the sore chest spot in bringing forth and enhancing the energy of love to soothe and calm my fear. Even though I was feeling very fearful, I ask and allow the energy of love fill my body to release all fearful thoughts. Even though I was feeling fearful, I ask and allow and embrace the energy of love to fill my being. Even though I've gone through a whole lot of emotions today, I'm asking, allowing, embracing the energy of love to fill my cells, to fill my blood, to fill my being. Memories of love to release all feelings of fear. Memories of love release fear. Memories of love embrace me. Love fill my being. Love fill me up. Love I embrace. Love. 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 And I do now feel very. The blood cells are moving very slow and calm. You'll notice there's a lot more white, sparkly substances in the back of the love sample than there were on the other sample.
Like glowing particles in the background.
That were not there in any of the other samples.
They're not protests. Different from what we're seeing, microorganisms that are moving around in the blood. We're talking more about glowing red blood cells separated from each other.
Yeah.
Nice and round. Very calm.
With a lot of little white sparklies in the background. They seem to have straightened themselves out. So love shows up in the blood. So now we can see that the emotions do indeed show up in the blood, change the blood, and using EFT makes it so much easier to release those emotions that no longer serve you and enhance the ones that do serve you.
Hey, right before we get to the very best part, what divine light looks like in your blood, I want to remind you, if you're not subscribed, do so, because on this channel, we do channeling, we do EFT, we do energy healing to help you manifest the best life ever, and there's always a little bit of magic. Rebecca Marina, EFT expert. Back to the video.
And I'd like to now show something that is with my belief system, which is the power of divinity. I'm going to ask the power of divine source energy to be manifested in my blood. And I invite you to tap along with me. I say divine source energy. For you, it might be God, Jesus, Holy Mother. Whoever it is for you, I invite you to do this exercise with me because you get a wonderful feeling in your whole being. And so we begin with the sore chest spot. Even though I put my emotional self through a lot today, I forgive myself for that. I forgive myself for everything. I am now asking and allowing divine source energy to come into my body, to manifest in my blood, to fill my being with love and life. I ask and allow the power of divine source energy to come into my being, and flood me with light. Even though I put myself through a lot today, I totally, completely forgive myself for that. I ask and allow the power of divine source energy flood me with light and love. Divine source energy, flood my being. Divine source energy, flood me with light. Divine source energy, I am filled with love. Divine source energy, I welcome your presence. Divine source energy, you are part of me. Divine source energy, I invite more and more and more of you into myself. Divine source energy, I love you. Divine source energy, I am part of you. Divine source energy, I am open to receiving more of your love. Divine source energy, I am open to receiving your healing power. Divine source energy, fill me with light. Fill me with light. And I do indeed filled with light, flowing. I have a tingling sensation all in my body. Now I'll test my blood. You can see there's some movement, and the white sparkly materials are much more predominant in the background. It's almost as if you're looking into a parallel universe. You'll notice there's a lot more white blood cells, healthy white blood cells, and beautiful sparkly substances. It's almost like they're beautiful little stars twinkling, and the blood is perfect. What is that whiter than white?
It's an eosinophil. It's brighter neutrophil. Different type of white blood cell.
Look at that. It's like looking into a parallel universe. Wow.
Different picture than we see in anything else. So now if you look at the blood, you see so many glowing bright particles in the background, in the plasma. It's just everywhere you look, you see all these little glowing particles. This is not anything that I see or that I've seen before that I can really explain as to what it is. We saw some slight glowing particles in love, but nothing like this in the power of divinity. Just a glowing blood picture. Same glowing particles all throughout the plasma that I can't explain. I don't know. It's not something that I see when I look at people's blood under normal circumstances.
Thank you so much for being part of our experiment. We've shown the power of emotions and thoughts on the physical body, as in the bloodstream and live blood cells. So I would like to thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, Dr. Felici, for being a part of this experiment and your wisdom and knowledge.
Thank you, Rebecca, also for giving me the opportunity to participate in this experiment and to see emotional impact on the blood.
And as Gary Craig, creator of EFT, says, try EFT on everything.
Wasn't that divine light awesome? Thank you for watching. Please share this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If you want to know some crazy, fabulous ways I'm using EFT and a little magic, you want to go on over to EFTexpert.com. I'll leave a link below. God bless.